Well, Mark, it is sort of a yes and no question. We've seen crackdowns on machine gun use before. Think of 1934, 1968. If you owned an automatic weapon before 1986, you can keep it legally, but it has to be registered with the feds and you can't sell it. Now let me tell you what we're talking about. We hear about semi-automatic weapons, so one trigger pull, one shot. You pull that trigger a lot, you get more bullets out. This, you hold the trigger back and it just shoots bullets until you release the trigger. That's the difference between semi-automatic versus automatic.
It's a sound you can hear clearly on people's cell phone video. At least what sounds like automatic weapons fire. Put more simply, a possible machine gun raining terror down on the crowd of concertgoers below. More on this in a second. If that is the case, this takes mass shootings in America to a whole new level. The publication Mother Jones maintains a database on mass shootings going back to the early 80s. And even in the worst cases, such as the Orlando nightclub shooting last year, many, but not all, were carried out with semi-automatic firearms. Other weapons, multiple weapons such as shotguns and revolvers, have also been used in mass shootings.
Machine guns are much more heavily monitored, the movement of machine guns in the United States.
Mary Phan is a UW law professor who worked major drug cases which often involved automatic firearms.
86, essentially machine gun possession by civilians, so if you're not a dealer, you're not the military, you're not the police, essentially that's eliminated. However, we still have machine guns in the United States. A civilian, if they want to pay a substantial amount of money, may be able to get what we call a pre-1986 gun, which is a gun that was grandfathered.
Since 1986, you cannot legally buy an automatic weapon in the United States. But according to data from the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, more than 4,000 machine guns are federally licensed in the state of Washington, more than 10,000 in Nevada. But back to our earlier point, even what sounds like an automatic weapon to most of us may not really be a machine gun. The internet is full of videos and other data on modifications that can be made to allow semi-automatic weapons to fire faster but not cross the line into fully automatic.
Firearms laws, because they're forged in this extremely contentious atmosphere, they're very complex, they're technical, and because they're very technical, there are often ways to do end runs around provisions.
Now, legally, the most important part of these weapons is the receiver. That includes the trigger and related parts. It controls how the weapon is fired. Modifying a semi-automatic rifle into an automatic rifle is against the law.